What's up, boys? We're back with some more Grim Dawn, Fangs of Asterkarn, and today we're going to be checking out the other new shape-shifting form available to the new Berserker class, and that is the WereRaven. It's a full caster class based purely around piercing and cold damage, and I've chosen to combine that with Arcanist, which gives us the Evoker combination, and that is to focus highly on cold and freezing effects. So if you take a look at the WereRaven form, and here we gain the basic Ice Talons attack, shoots out a basic little Ice Wave. You can upgrade the range on that and actually make it go pretty far, but I found that I don't really need a basic attack here, so I haven't really been using that. I've been choosing to focus mainly on the Cold Snap, which is the active that shoots out a big nova of Ice Spikes all around this, and it has a pretty nice freeze, pretty good damage. I've got some nice item modifiers to that to make it have really high damage. But the most interesting thing is that it actually has a chance to lower its cooldown whenever you hit with any other attack. So if you look at hitting these guys, we often get triggers on that, and when we hit a lot of enemies at the same time, you can actually get crazy cooldown resets on that and use it basically every other ability, which is really fun for one of my main attacks. I can often do like 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, and then like 4, 1. So I can do like 3 or 4 casts of that and an entire cooldown rotation. So that's pretty fun. And then I actually normally have Ether Ray over here. I have a bunch of conversion for ether damage, so it actually goes into cold. And that's actually really good at triggering on attack stuff like the resets. Other than that, we've got a lot of stuff in Arcanist. We gain some cold damage and ether converted into cold, plus some nice skill cooldown reduction. Cooldown reduction is actually one of the strongest stats in the game because it also applies to a lot of like devotion procs and stuff on top of your basic abilities. So any sort of extra sources of that you can invest into are really powerful. We've got the classic Frost Nova attack, hits basically the entire screen because it scales with the number of levels, and then you can gain some nice Frostburn on it. We can drop some stars from the sky, which also freezes, then does some nice Frostburn once you upgrade that. Got a bunch of passive cold up here, some passive damage down here. Got some nice survivability in here, 23% damage absorption, and then a 100% immunity for 3 seconds. That one's super nice on a cooldown. We've got 2 ether things over here that hit very quickly and are good at proccing stuff, and most of that is converted into cold damage. And then on the Berserker side, we've of course got WereRaven maxed out. We've got some nice healing over here. We've got some big cold damage and high chance to reset the cold snap. Got some total damage and max casting speed. I don't think I'm anywhere close to that currently, but it would be really cool to have that later on. We got a little bit of healing and buffing over here, a big cold resistant shred over here, and then the other big thing, the devotions. We've got 2 elemental things over here, a pure cold thing that I have on the Frost Nova, since that's also an AoE, fits pretty nicely with that. This is actually elemental and ether. Elemental is like 1/3 cold, fire, and lightning. And then we fully convert the ether to cold, so this is actually mostly cold damage now. And this actually has a pretty cool interaction with Cold Snap because it shoots out a bunch of projectiles in all directions and it travels pretty slowly. It can actually proc devotions with very low cooldowns like that. 0.4 second skill recharge. It can proc that multiple times for every cast, I think about 2 times usually. And because it's a longer cooldown at like 3 seconds, I think. Let me see, 2.5 second skill recharge. The devotions actually scale up their proc chance based on the cooldown of skills so that stuff with moderate to long cooldowns isn't like completely awful here. So 100% chance, and then because we actually reset the cold snap, we sort of have the best of both worlds where it's proccing on every hit, and it also gets casted a lot. We've got some cold resist shred over here on the Sky Shard, and then we've got some decent survivability on these 2. That's a 6 second recharge whenever I get hit, and then a 15 second recharge whenever I get hit. And then just a bunch of stuff to get us lots of efficient affinities so we can actually unlock the elemental stuff down here. And then if I could find a way to get some flat resistance reduction for the Elemental Storm, we could actually replace this, get these 3 points back, and then I could finish off these 2 since they're pretty good damage, but I just couldn't find enough points for those. And we could toss 1 more into the Giant for some healing. Or we could actually shift these 4 points into Tsunami, which costs 1 more point. It gives me another cold themes thing with some pretty interesting debuffs. This is actually pretty cool on Ether Ray. I was using it for leveling, but kind of need the points right now, I feel like. But I might be able to grab that again later on, would be kind of cool. And then I'm just trying to finish off a couple more quests on the Elite mode. I'm probably ready for Ultimate, but there's a few more things I wanted to clear out of my quest log, and I still need a bunch of Reputation, and they seem to be pretty good experience as well, so just watch how fast the Cold Snap resets when I'm AoEing a bunch of stuff. So that's what I'm really trying to maximize, and it's one of the most fun parts of the build. I can cast it like 10 times a second sometimes if there's a lot of enemies nearby. Let's see, there's a totem over there. Those are pretty fun, and they seem to be a pretty good source of legendary items as well. Seem to get one maybe every 2 or 3 totems that I fight, and you get a bunch of heroes at the same time as well, so lots of cool stuff you can kill on those. And of course, anything that doesn't have any sort of freeze resistance is literally just permanently frozen, since all of my main attacks freeze enemies. And then the Frost Nova reduces frost resistance, so I can still freeze a lot of bosses that have some frost resistance as well. Yeah, you can see there we already got a legendary and a recipe. What does that do? Fire, Savagery, and Eye of Reckoning converted into fire. Definitely not for me, but sounds kind of cool. Phoenix Dive proc. And we learned a blue chest piece. Probably don't care about that. But the more recipes we have, the more likely we are to find some of the useful ones, I think. I'd actually prefer to pull this guy outside of the building, so I have some room to kite, hopefully. Just in case he has any sort of nasty attacks that we want to try and avoid. Oh, he stunned me and then blasted me with something there. I'll just run in with my cooldown and finish him off here. Let's see, any cool infrequents there? Seems to be lightning based and fire or ether based. Probably don't care about those. So I have a quest in here that I'm trying to get cleared out. The buildings are actually kind of bad for my build, since some of my abilities really care about the terrain we're on. Both the Frost Nova and I think the Ice Nova projectiles really don't work well when enemies are on like a different elevation from me. And it's also kind of hard to move in the buildings, so I kind of hate most of this place, to be honest. And then there's also some ether bosses. I'm trying to farm some of them to finish off a high-level relic I'm working on. There's a bunch of drops we need from them to finish off one of those crafts. Ethereal Mutagen, I think that's one of them, so that's nice. I think I need 15 total, so I need a bit more of those. I also need the reputation we gain from killing all of these guys anyways. You get some of your in-game item augments from the Malmouth resistance reputation, I think, which I just started on yesterday. You can see those little purple circles on the ground. Those are the arcane currents that we can proc from the Cold Snap. So we pretty much always have the max of those out, which is 5, I think. As long as we're using Cold Snap correctly with the cooldown resets. Trying to get up there. I can really just jump into the middle of these giant packs and then permanently freeze everything anyways. Oh, we have a bounty, so I can turn that in and try to grab another that we can do in the meantime here. And these will help max out the resistance a little bit faster. Or the reputation, not resistance. Well, it is a resistance reputation. Kind of confusing. So 375 for that. And then any others we can do on the way here. Then the Steel Cap District, I don't know where that is, and it's not really on the way, so we'll just cycle through some of these. Crown Hill Houses. We kind of just went through there, and I might have actually killed them already. So we'll keep looking through these. Oh, that's what we just did, the regurgitators, so we might be able to get another of these out pretty quickly while we're in an area with a bunch of them. What do the regurgitators even look like?
Arrogant human.
Nothing in there.
My domain. My kingdom. My greatest creation.
Well, I don't know what they're looking like, but we just blast everything anyway, so it doesn't really matter. So anyways, I started blasting the builds. Then there's a few different bosses in here who should have a decent chance at giving us some of the crafting mats we need. And then the relic I'm trying to make actually has a cooldown proc. So I think the way that works is it reduces all of your current cooldowns every time it goes off. But as an item proc, I don't think it scales with your other cooldown for like caster offhands and stuff. But it should still let us use the freeze thing more often, and also the survivability thing where I can run in and get a lot of burst damage off, so that sounds pretty cool. And I think there's 2 random boss spawns somewhere around here. I think like towards the middle and this side maybe? Take them out real quick, and then... Oh, I actually forgot the quest I was doing in here. That's on the previous level, actually. Here we go. 2 million HP, that's definitely a boss. And I think there's one more around here somewhere. Or maybe we killed them, not really sure. I think there's supposed to be 3. Maybe not. Maybe one of them only spawns some of the time, I'm not really sure on that. But my quest is back here, I think. We are looking for this little side path, I think, actually. Ooh, we can loot his chest. Let's see.
So precious few moments in your brief lives, and you spend yours chasing after me. I would be flattered if you weren't so pathetic.
So I'm his former
My
vessel.
curiosity. It's not like a sheep to question its own slaughter. You
And he
are
wants
the
to take
flesh
me
for us
back.
to harvest. While it's true that
I wonder if we can, like, do something passively here. Whatever, we'll just fight him. Since I think we need that for the quest anyways. But there's actually a couple quests in the game where you can actually choose to spare people instead of killing them. Sometimes you get different rewards from them as well.
Accept your fate.
Ooh, level 91. Oh, he has a unique drop as well. Wendigo Totem, Fighting Form, Endless Rage. Probably not, but I'll take it just in case. And then we actually need one more regurgitator somewhere still. Clear that out before we move on. Let's see, what did I want to grab with 2 points now? If we actually had the cast speed to use that, that would be very good, but it doesn't really do a whole lot currently. Oh, I wanted to get some more Frostburn on the Star Shard, I think? Sky Shard? Then we'll try and finish that bounty off real quick somewhere. I don't think we can even go through there. I legitimately have no idea what the regurgitators even look like. So I'm like trying to hover over some of the enemies as we're fighting, but I don't see any. What is that? Wild Color Scout? Don't think I care about that. Oh, there we go. What are you? I don't know. He's dead now. Oh well. So we'll go turn the bounty and the quest in, and then try and get a few more quests done after that. Let's see, Architects of Flesh. If we ever have to come back in here, that would be a good one. I'll probably just finish the rest of the stuff on Ultimate, though. I don't think I want to grab any more of that. And then we turn something in over at the Coven, I think. Coven's Refuge. I think that's what the other thing was. Or did it already complete it? I just wasn't paying attention. I know I got the quest from here. Must have auto-completed and I just sort of automatically closed it. Alright, so now we have a bounty and a quest at a roguelike dungeon over... actually the same place, I think. It's right over here. So that's convenient. If we can kill some ancient Wendigos along the way, that will give me some more reputation here as well. There's a ton of beasts in the dungeon, so we might actually just have to go inside there and get them. Grove. Probably just gonna try and run through here pretty quickly. I've actually already done it before, but I didn't have this quest at the time. That is soldier skills, don't really care. Yeah, even in these roguelike dungeons, we can just jump into the middle of everything and keep everything permanently frozen. Other than a couple of the bosses that have some freeze resistance. Alright, so we didn't even gain any of those out here, so maybe we'll get them inside the dungeon. Need a key to open this, and if we die inside of here, we actually just lose the entire run. Forbidden Domain, spooky. See, I think we have 2 quest things around that area. To fight a wave of stuff in this area. But it's basically just chain freezing stuff over and over. Man, I'm gonna have to hide green items, aren't I? That's getting too silly. Loot filter. That one is soldier skills again. And then where's the thing we click on in here? I can't see it under all the bodies. Right there. Okay, there we go. Then we need to kill Slapsar. Is I think over here somewhere? Oh, I think it's up here. There's like a big clearing you have to go into with no enemies. And then he like runs at you in there. So that looks like it actually. Ooh, manticore eyes. Those are actually needed for a lot of crafting stuff. Looks like you can actually get a decent amount of those in here. And then we'll just kite around, keep my dots up while he's trying to blast me and my survivability thing is on cooldown. There's some pretty nasty range attacks that'll do a lot more damage if we run into melee and they like all shotgun me at the same time. And then we just need the final boss of this place now. See, I think one of the floors has a hidden area. I think it's in the tainted wood. Since it's ether-based, that sounds right. It's up there. Ooh, we got a totem as well. Ooh, that's a big boy. Where is he going? Berserker of Elgaloth, what does that do? Battle Surge is, I think, the healing thing. Savagery, Storm Spread, so kind of a Shaman Inquisitor range thing, it looks like. Gotta watch all the dot effects on the ground. Just kind of take you by surprise. Phantom Thread Girdle. That is Ether, Elemental, Frostburn, Arcanist. That's actually not bad. I might actually use that at level 94. But yeah, we're starting to find the in-game items now, but I'm not quite high enough level to actually equip them yet. The hidden area should be somewhere over here, I think. Yeah, the crumbling wall, this should be it. Then there's usually a bunch of ether enemies and some heroes we can usually kill pretty quickly in here. And then that should be the final boss, I think. Rather just keep him at sort of a mid-range here so he can easily land damage over time stuff, but he can't really melee me. I think he has a pretty nasty melee attack sometimes. Oh yeah, those vines are way easier to dodge if you're at range as well. Here's the second form, fire phase now. I'll run in and get some big burst damage every time my mirror thing is up. And then run out, especially if we have the Sunder debuff active. Don't want to take any nasty dot attacks while we have that up. Especially not close to the volcanoes, those things really hurts. There we go, that should do it for that quest. Gonna get a bunch of loot at the end, of course. Cold and Vitality, raise spirits, scales with pet bonuses. Looks like sort of a necromancer summoner thing. Does sound kind of cool though. Oh, I didn't even get the Wendigos. I guess those can't even spawn over here then. We will go turn this in all the way up here at the Guardian Sorrow, I think it is. There's like this secret little area over here where you can only gain reputation with this guy through quests, but he has some really strong recipes and a bunch of the cool potion modifiers where you can customize how they work and all. So I've been trying to get a bunch of rep for him.
Yes, yes.
2,000, not too bad. Tomb of the Heretic. Oh, that might be perfect actually. I have some other quests to go to the Forgotten Gods contents. Where does that put me at with them? Respected. We need a bit more to gain some more unlocks there. Let's see. Let me hide that quest since we probably won't be able to do that. And then we just have a bunch of stuff in the Forgotten Gods area, it looks like now. So time to start working on that. All the way over here. Vanguard of the Three, where is that at? All the way up there, apparently. Wow, that's a long ways to go. Oh, there's actually a monster infrequent item we can get from griffins, I think. So we might actually be able to get one of the best in slot sort of items here. We get lucky. But nothing here. Kind of want to make sure we kill all the griffins, though, to have a decent chance at that. Oh, actually, we see them anyways. Okay, that's it, I think. But it looks like the loot filter rare stuff isn't even hiding that, thankfully. Is that any good? Can't even use it yet anyways. Still need another 3 levels for those, it looks like. Handblown ribs. Wonder what that is.
Hey, I could use some help over here.
Just gonna skim over this stuff real quickly so I sort of know what the story's doing here. So we save him, and then we still need to find the item in here, I think? Or we need to rescue someone else. One of those two. It looks like we need to clear this out anyways. Like we go down here. Just a quick little pass around here, make sure we didn't miss anything interesting. Like a worn chest. Ooh. 1,000 iron bits, sick. Let's see, these are Devastation, No Breathing, and Granado. I think I have some of those anyways. Why do glamorous chests and worn chests look the same? Corvon's Spalders are Fault Line. Rebuke, Zolhan, Feral Hunger. I don't think I care about those. A double rare, but I think that's useless. Burning Blade is flame touched and skeletons. Kind of cool. But I'm kind of just going for stuff for my current build. I have so much stuff for other builds already. Let's learn some of these recipes to get them out of here. And see what those legendaries are. We have a 2-hand that does Shaman and Oathkeeper and Soldier stuff. Lightning to physical, interesting. And we got, what was the other one? I think we had those. Whatever. I'll just check everything later when I'm doing stuff. Ooh, big orb. Can't do anything with it, it looks like. Did we need to do anything else in here for those? Sandblown Ruins. So there is supposed to be someone else here. This is to the entrance, so we must have to clear out some more of this place. But we've already searched everything here, it looks like. So I guess we'll try and go back to the first floor and look around a bit. Yeah, a bunch of stuff over here might be. Man, your brother is hard to find. I guess he probably is supposed to be on the second floor. Oh! I didn't see the rotting corpse there, okay. Like, it was right on top of the stairs there, so I thought it was on the next floor. You're dead. He wants to fight me again? Oh, he wants me to fight the boss, which we already did, okay. Okay, so it looks like we finished that. We can go back to town and turn that in and see if we gain any follow-up quests.
Greetings, Seeker.
Jesus, where are they hiding?
Hello again, Trap.
Right, back out to the sands. See if we can find any more griffins on the way to try and get a really good roll on one of those medals. The green items with really good rolls actually seem to be really insane. Like, I found this offhand that has bonuses to 2 of my abilities, and then it got glacial and frostbite rolls. So it has almost 300% cold and frostburn damage on top of the skill bonuses. Honestly seems pretty insane for just a green. So it's kind of what we're trying to find with one of the metals here as well. Yeah, stat points as well. I'll do a bit more physique for survivability. And only 1 point a level now, looks like. Oh yeah, more frostburn over here on the shards. Put them down here somewhere. I think I'm just gonna stop looting blues unless I really want them. I just get so many of them though. But yeah, how many of those materials do I have for the crafting thing? 6 of those. 7 there. That might actually be enough to make my relic thing. I'll check that next time we go back to town as well. Oh, we can't actually go anywhere up here. Oops. Alright, let me see how many materials we can make for that, which is over here, I think. So we need a total of 15 of these ones, which we can convert all of these into. Or no, we convert the spirits into those. Oh wait, I can just do those ones into that and then that into that. Okay, that should be pretty easy then. We need 15 of these, and there we go. We have a couple of those left over. Wait, he can probably make that as well, can't he? Relics. We need eternity. A transcendent relic. Level 90 has a proc on crits that reduces all active cooldown. Sounds really cool. +1 to Arcanist skills. Sounds sick. And we can head all the way back into the deserts. Beetledin. Guess we'll go check that out just in case. Okay, easy to fight boss, not too bad. Ooh, more griffins. Tome, or the Tome of Reidan? These are Blade Arc, Presence of Virtue, and they're all the same thing. We have a Sanctuary of Horton up there. I have no idea where I'm going right now, though. Part of the Ice King, is that any good for us? Where the heck is everything? What does a heart even look like in the inventory? An amulet. Oh, it was tiny over there. Feral Claws. So that's Werewolf and Hellhounds. That doesn't sound very icy. Let's see, it has a proc that does a little bit of healing and attack speed for me. That does not sound very good for my cold build, actually. Alright, let's turn that quest in, see if we get any follow-ups to that. I don't really know this area, so I don't really want to miss anything here.
Greetings, Seeker.
So he can alter stuff now.
Perfectly safe illusions.
Thank you for your help. Yes,
Come back and
thank
see me
you indeed.
the next time I'm in camp, okay? That's probably the last feature I didn't have for the Inventor yet. Which I think lets us convert set items into other ones of the same set. See, so Vanguard of the three are still heading up there. Looks like we're getting kind of close now.
Elaine was quite pleased with your performance. With the materials you've brought me, I have conjured what's known as the Garden Key. It is an arcane device used by the people that lived here long ago.
The Temple of Atef.
Yes, traveler? What might I help you?
Eliminate the messenger. What are we looking for up here? Oh, a chest. Yeah, I don't think I really care about physical stuff right now. My second class is Arcanist, so that makes me Evoker. Got all the cool cold stuff in here. I'm probably not going to craft one of those. I think that takes a bunch of mats anyways. I had to make one of those for the relic I was working on earlier. Thing over here doesn't really seem like it's... I'm basically trying to do like the most freezes and cold damage possible on a WereRaven build. And I felt like Arcanist with all the cooldown reduction and the really strong freeze effects they have would be the best fit for that. Oh god, I jumped into the pillar. And I can't move. Come on, man, not like this! I jumped into like the pillar, but I can't jump out. Where's my step, bro? Well, we're gonna have to restart, I guess. I can't get out of there. My defenses are pretty good. I've tried pretty hard to max out all of my resistances, so you can see all of these ones are at 80, and then physical is 18%. So sometimes I'll get one-shot by, like, bosses with crazy range attacks, but it's usually not that often. I try to have my mirror up if I'm playing, like, super aggressively on bosses. Release it first. Tomb of Arieth. Oh, we've got a new little town hub now as well. Cool. Do I even have any portals over there? Nope. But yeah, I think there were some issues with the balance of especially some of the like boss attacks that can shotgun you. And if you're not super careful around them, and sometimes even if you are, you will just randomly get one-shots. It's happened to me plenty of times already. I think they've been working on fixing a lot of those issues in some of the recent patches they've done. Yeah, I probably stuck around in Elite too long, but I'm trying to do some of the quests I've put off for a long time as well. But yeah, only 8 more levels, I think 100's the max. That is a lot of bosses. Do I have any consumables that would help here? Those are all maxed out, so I guess freeze reduction in case they have any of that. Spawn of Atta. That guy looks pretty cool. So we return to her at the Vanguard now. What's up there? The exits? Okay, I guess we can just portal back then. Yeah, I'm working on the Fangs quest as well, but one of them wanted me to come to the Forgotten Gods area, so I'm just clearing all the stuff here. I actually have 2 quests from Fangs that wanted me over here. So the Fangs kind of make you go back and clear all of the other areas as well.
But don't think of it as some selfish endeavor. The witch gods are united in this endeavor. All of our forces.
So Sigil opens the hiding place, and we are leading in assaults now. Tomb of the Eldritch Sun. I think that's the place I needed for Fangs quests. It looks like that's off to the other side, right? Oh, we might actually go up through there for it. In which case, if there's an easy way out of that tomb, that might actually be faster. Oh yeah, those things are popping up again since we had to restart. Ritual of cleansing, we can't really work on that here. I guess that's everything we're working on now. This card, waste card. Skills to Nightblade? Meh. Replicating missile. What's up there? Tomb of Sethon. Something ancient and primordial. Claw Slicer is Canister Bomb, Ring of Steel, and Veil of Shadow. Meh. Fire and Vitality. Man, he jumps out of all my attacks. Now I know how it feels. That is Rallying Cry and a bunch of poison stuff. Ether Ray. Lightning based. Don't care about any of those on my current builds. Tomb of Sethon, so I guess we're at the end of whatever this is. Hi Dexmex Tex, hi chat, hi Reidan. Firethorn and Blight Fiends. I come back to it every once in a while when they add some new content to it. The Berserker class is pretty cool so far. I've done 2 different builds based around that. One werewolf, one WereRaven. And I'm really liking the WereRaven. The werewolf kind of suffered a lot from being melee. And I wasn't really enjoying that one as much though, but there's probably some way to fix that. So we have 3 different branching things on this dungeon, it looks like. White Ark. Where do we go now? Tomb of the Eldritch Sun. I guess we just exit here. Must be another waypoint somewhere nearby so that we can grab that and then hand in some quests. What are chosen robes? Oh, the acid stuff. Oh, that actually has +5 to Ether Ray? It's quite a bit. I think from the random mob on it as well? Looks like there's some sort of hidden passage for that. Ooh, treasure trove. Do we care about any of those? Don't think so. Might be worth breaking down some of those epics, but there's just so much loot in this game. I just can't be bothered with all of it, I think. Jesus, too much loot. Amaras's Blade Burst and Rune of Hagarad. Buddypock's Feral Hunger, and then Nightblade skills. There's some Arcanist bonuses, I'll grab that just in case. Then I don't think we care about any of those. Ooh, what does that guy have? Respect tonics and a random legendary to level 94. Interesting. I'm not sure, and I don't really have a lot of those crafting mats anyways, so probably not right now. I haven't really been having energy issues, but I also don't really spam the ether ray that much. Mostly just cold snap, which isn't too bad. And Arcanist gives me some decent extra spirits. Burning Blade is flame-touched and skeletons. Pearson Elemental and Pearson Physical. Path of the Damned. Sealed by a powerful rune. Guess that's something for later on then. Cool music here though. Alright, here's a portal. Let's see if there's any follow-up quests to those. Alright, Vanguard actually.
Have you executed?
Just the Tomb of the Eldritch Sun for now, I guess. Looks like we're getting close though. Oh, there's a guy we summoned sick. He actually is fighting on the front line. Master Hearken of the Depth's Vigil. Korvac. Elemental bracers with a bunch of skills we actually have. I'll take those just in case. Blood Reapers and Chaos Vitality thing. Does give WereRaven, but elemental converted to vitality would actually be really bad for me, so definitely not. And let's learn all that stuff to get that out of here. Onward Spire. Oh, Treacherous Domain. I wonder, is this the entrance to the roguelike thing we have to do, the Hunger and Darkness? Let's see, stairs down. I'm gonna look this up real quick and see what this is on the map thing. Sunward Spire, where are you at? Whatever. We'll just kill a bunch of stuff here and see what happens. Korvax Stormblade is Stunjax. Literally every attack I do with this many enemies just instantly resets cold snap. It's so sick. Doesn't tell me what that is. Or maybe there's 2 roguelike dungeons in this area? That one is Ether, don't care. Ooh, a totem. Man, there's too many epics now. Cold damage. What does that give bonuses to? Berserker. Guess we better grab that just in case. Fire stuff. 280% all damage. With shaman bonuses. Then cold and frostburn. That looks pretty decent actually. WereRaven and a cold proc on hit? Maybe. Blizzard Storm Emitter is Storm Spread and Onslaughts. Oh, what? Is that everything in there? Where's the Sunward Spire? Like, I thought all of the things that had 3 modifiers had like a roguelike dungeon that then had 4 modifiers at some point, right? But maybe this place is different? Not really sure what we're looking for here. Maybe that was everything. Oh, there's a bunch of chests I missed apparently. I guess we did get almost everything here, and there's no roguelike dungeon at the end. I guess just a regular challenge area? This is the Tomb of the Eldritch Sun entrance. That sounds correct.
You have to stop Dravis. My barrier. Now is not the time. Now is not the time. I do not know who you are. And I suppose I do not care. But you are getting in the way of my delivery. Have a taste! Bask in my power! Have a taste! And so, my misguided child lies dead. Far from the land of his birth, he was consumed by his hatred for me. In another life, perhaps he would have stood by my side. When Dravis confronted me at the temple steps, I saw the madness consuming his soul. But I also saw the anguish that I had wrought upon it. Dravis was unwilling to listen to reason.
Oh, another boss. We've had first boss, yes, but what about the second boss? Fire's might, 100% weapon damage, wow. 658% physical? Seems kind of crazy. So that was the thing we needed for the Asterkarn expansion, but since we're already here, we may as well finish the storyline here, I think. Man, it's hard fighting these guys in tiny hallways when they have those volcanoes that just cover the entire thing. Is there like decently open area somewhere? And I can't even loot with the volcanoes there right at the end. Let's see, Metal Surge. Metal Surge. Oh, 4% health. That's actually kind of nice. All fire and chaos damage though. Hellhound and Flame Touch and Wind Devil, Winds of Asterkarn. Eh. The Forgotten God. Sounds pretty ominous. Deliver the pendant to somebody. The Eldritch Gate. Father Kaimon.
It is too late. Turn back now. Return to whatever loved ones you still cherish, and perhaps you will evade Korvac's wrath. Do you not see? If not for my actions, humanity would already be doomed. Korvac may be a bane upon this world, but he is also our only hope against the darkness that's already consuming Cairn. The Eldritch Sun is our salvation, not the false gods you serve. You do not know? The very gods you chose to serve are nothing more than lies. The three are not true gods, merely usurpers who will get their just rewards. Korvac is humanity's only hope against Chthon and the legions of the Void.
Oh, I wonder if he has unique dialogue if you're with the Kaimon's Chosen, actually. Since you're kind of on the same side there.
I did what I had to. Humanity already lost this war. We require the aid of a greater power. A power that seeks the destruction of Chthonians above all else. Some deaths are inevitable. A small price to pay for the survival of our people.
Fire everywhere!
You disappoint me, Kaiman.
Mirror and Eye of Reckoning. Cold converted to lightning, that would definitely be terrible for me. Do we need to keep going in here? No idea. Let me turn in the quest real quick. That's... Where do I even go for that? A mother to someone within his family. Maybe that ghost person near the Steps of Torment? Not really sure. Probably have to look that one up, to be honest. The Eldritch Gates. Why am I in the ground here? Oh god, I'm stuck in the ground, actually. I can't move. Come on, bruh, let me out of the ground. One of my leap abilities is bugged and just messes me up sometimes, it seems like. At least there's a portal right there.
After all these centuries, the usurpers dare not even show their faces. How long did they think they should last? Come, little human. I will make this quick.
This place actually looks really cool, too. All the crazy mutated trees and stuff. The Forgotten God. I don't know if I can beat this guy. He looks pretty spooky, to be honest. Just gonna try and learn his attacks for a bit, I guess. Bullet Hell? The one where he shoots out the waves of fire looks super scary if that hits me. And an orbit thing where we probably want to not be in melee for. Bullet Hell. Yeah, we probably don't want to get hit by that one. That one looks like it would one-shot me. Okay, let's see if he has any new attacks here. Circle thing. Okay, he summoned some ads now, it looks like. Teleports on top of you and does like a fire circle around them. Can I kill that thing? Maybe. Meteor storm that chases me and shoots fireflies everywhere. Don't want to do that. Ow. A little bit of damage while we have the mirror up. Meteor swarm. Damage while we have mirror up. Ow. That wasn't too bad because I was ranged, but I feel like if I was doing that for the first time on a melee build, I would have been so screwed there. Like, so many of his attacks just seem a lot worse for a melee. Like the fireballs that circle around him. That would have been rough as a melee, I feel like. Alright, we saved the world, yay!
Korvac's anguished cries have echoed across realities. His cult has been crushed. Even now, his scattered followers are being hunted down and eliminated. The forgotten god will soon be a distant memory. Without a vessel, his powers will wane, and he shall fade into nothingness. Do not think to believe the snake tongue of that being. It spreads not. We must ensure that none of Korvac's followers survive what happened here. If belief in Korvac will never again be a threat of the magnitude we faced this... Do not think to believe... Let us just say that I was once a young priest.
I've heard whispers. An opportunity has presented itself. The web stirs with... We have spotted a small group of Kaiman's chosen that are fleeing the basin. We believe they have lost their faith in their master, and our activities
Sunday in
have sapped
Oasis.
them of hope. Normally, this would not be called.
Welcome back.
Free legendary. Ether Ray converts lightning to fire. Kinda cool, but definitely doesn't work for this build.
Back so soon.
And I saved the world and these guys still want me to do a bunch of quests. What will it take for you guys? Let me turn in that quest in the Fangs of Asterkarn and see what they want. My god, you have to drag the map so far to go up there. We need Kurn over here.
That intense heat, to see the power of gods. None of the Elder Skald was right.
I hear you have already mustered the necessary I am told the great beast Baranath's rampage has carried it all the way up our sacred mountain. Perhaps, but we must not drown in despair just yet. I will travel with my pupils to the...
Now we have to fight Baranath? Okay then. And the wolf has a quest for me as well. Alright, so let's try and finish off some of those Forgotten Gods things now. There's so many quests. Let's see, they said the docks over here, I guess. Oh, the oasis to the east of the docks. Okay, so that should be right where we are then. I guess I didn't even find the roguelike dungeon that we need for those two quests. That must be... Pit of Atonement or the Tomb of the Heretic, I guess? Because I think we went everywhere else. Ooh, griffins. Ooh, a totem. Physical and pierce, poison acid, vitality, and something. And chaos. think I found like 3 of those legendary boots on just this session. $12,000 damage absorption on hit. That's actually pretty nice. Pretty much all summoner stuff though. I guess we actually have to go through there if you want to check out whatever that is. Rolling Death, Righteous Fervor, Necromancer, and Occultist stuff, I think? Piercing Colds. Default weapon attack. It does a ton of main hand damage with a bit of extra crits. Interesting. Don't think I would ever use that on this character though. Tomb entrance. I'm gonna check and make sure there's nothing over here real quick. Doesn't really seem like anything. Oh, a bunch of chests up here actually.
Any trouble.
Have you tracked down the... You spared their lives? How perverse. No matter, I suppose. I doubt they will get far with their...
So where is the messenger at? Pit of Atonement. Northwest of the Infernal Waste. Must be somewhere we haven't explored yet. I think this is not the right way. But we're in the Valley of the Chosen now. Wait, Pit of Atonement is right there. It could actually be like right there, I guess? So we have to go down here, it looks like. Too much stuff on. Ooh, level 94. I don't see how we even get there. Howling Chasm. Maybe over there? I'm just gonna check everything over here since there's only a little bit left, it seems like. The champion kills are still pretty useful for all the rep and drops. I guess maybe over there? Points. Let's do some more frostbite and cold damage on sky shards. Just check every single path that can even go to the left side, I guess. Oh, there we go. Oh, maybe this is the roguelike then. Other remod area. Messenger's Blaze, Field Command, War Cry, and Myers Might. Man, the item tooltips are so big when they have like 3 or 4 skill modifiers. Lots of fire and burn stuff. Don't think I would ever use a two-hand like that. Wait, there's nothing here. It's just the one guy in the 3-mod area, what? That is weird. The Vanguard for that one.
Welcome back.
Where do we get the seals for that quest? Valley of the Chosen. Okay, I guess we'll go check that out. So the Lost Oasis. I have no idea where that even is. Oh, it's up there somewhere. I don't really know how we get there. I guess we'll just check everything that might have even a small chance of being close to that when it's nearby. I didn't think that would be it, but they're already over here anyways. There's nowhere up there, so it must be somewhere to the south then. Oh, there's a portal right there. Zeke and health and shield damage blocked. cold and frostburn. Only bone chilling cry though. Does it say anything about how you even get there? It's beyond the Valley of the Chosen. That's all it says. I don't see anywhere we could even go north or east here. I don't understand. Is there like something over there? We're in the Valley of the Chosen, so let's go past this then. Remnants of Corvon City, is that close to it on the map? It's in the wrong direction. So it must be back here somewhere then. Oh, we didn't have the thing to open it. Powerful rune that we need to open somehow. Do we get that for the quest, or do I have to craft that? The key is scattered to the sands. To the devouring sands. But some sort of riddle where we have to... The devouring sands must be like the giant sand pit thing, which is... I think in the sands over here. So I need to hunt down 3 different things to open it. I think the maw would be the devouring sands, I guess? Like, this definitely seems like the devouring sands if you've ever seen one, right? So we must have to find some stuff in here? Oh, we got the first seal. That is one of them, I guess. That I apparently already had. So there's multiple parts to the riddle, I guess, and that was just one of them. That I already had. The darkness may never know the light. To the devouring sands. That's like the only thing even in the riddle. I don't really get it, I guess. There's like nothing else to it. Ah, well, we will save that one for later then. And then I guess we go check out some more Fangs of Asterkarn then. Across the glacier into the Asterkarn peaks. Which looks to be up here. Oh yeah, that's a Griffin unique thing. Should be able to use that now. Corvin Eye, Gargable's Ring. I thought I put it over here, didn't I? I have no idea. I'll look for that later, I guess. Jesus, that bullet hell almost killed me even after he was dead. Shield, don't care. I need a caster offhand to use my abilities, so can't really even use a shield on this build. They need to like limit the number of enemies that can play voice lines at the same time. Because there's like 20 different guys all screaming over each other as you run through here. Defensive and movement speed, elemental, and a bunch of different damage over time. Glacial Grotto. Sounds familiar. There might actually be a good drop somewhere in there, now that I think about it. I'm gonna check that real quick. I think I remember seeing some sort of monster infrequence somewhere in here. Oh, here we go, a boss I completely missed. Abyssborn Spear, I don't think that's it. I have Reckoning. I'm gonna probably look around for the rest. Just in case we missed anything else important. Just the entrance. Alright, I guess that must have been everything. Maybe it was somewhere else then. Back up to the glacier's edge. Ooh, totem. Star Pact. Crit damage, physical to cold, chance to reduce Amaras's Blade Burst. That's a pretty cool Nightblade and Arcanist weapon. Doesn't really do anything for me though. All damage, lightning and frostburn. Oh, that has some pretty good stuff for a ring slot. Oh, I'm actually using one of those. No wonder. Bleeding. Don't think we care about any of those. Possession and Word of Pain.
outsider.
These guys are gonna gank me while I'm trying to read that.
Oh, an outsider.
Read a bunch of stuff. Mortar Trap, Nomadic Burst, and Guardian of Empyrean. Vitality Elemental? Nah. Summoner thing. I guess we actually do need to find those in the previous area, though. There's like barely even any branching paths here. It's almost a complete straight line. The house is a dungeon? Interesting. I'm not alive, but I grow. I don't have lungs, but I need air. I don't have a mouth, but water kills me. What am I? I mean, out of those, that would be fire, right? Seems pretty easy when there's only 3 choices. Do I even need to fight those things? They are extremely tanky for a trash mob.
Let us resume.
I seized it from its home, tear apart its flesh, drink its sweet blood, and cast aside its skin. What is it? A beaver? That's probably an orange? With only 3 choices there.
Let us play.
What tastes better than it smells? A tongue, raw meat, or a wet dog? I have no idea. I mean, I've never eaten any of that before. I feel like this might be one where, like, all of them are wrong and she just wants to kill us. Oh, if you read it literally, then a tongue can only taste, but it doesn't smell. You don't eat it. But she almost got me there.
Oh, what fun you are.
Okay, that was kind of cool. But a little bit too easy with the multiple choice answers. It almost looks like there's a path through there, but I can't squeeze through or anything. I have no idea where that memento is. This is in the Aurora Peaks, which is that area, right? Yeah, that's where we are. I don't know, man. I've been everywhere here, it seems like. Glacier-bound cave. How do we get down there? Jesus, those guys are so loud. I need to turn down, like, the game dialogue. Dialogue volume. This guy's all yelling at the same time is just too much. Acid and Vitality Chaos. And then that gives you bonuses to Inquisitor and Necromancer. He uses 18 million health? Is this guy for real? It was just a prank, bro. Oh my god, he just jumped on me and almost one-shot me. Am I supposed to win this fight? This guy is insane. Jesus, this charge attack does so much damage. It's gonna take me forever to kill something with 18 million. I'm just gonna see what happens if I die here. Like, this would legit take me, like, 30 minutes to kill, even if I just sat there and blasted him. There's no way I have to do that for a quest, right? That seems completely insane. Bro, I do not want to fight an 18 million HP Celestial boss. What the heck? That's gonna take so long. Are there any other quests we can do? Like, I'm gonna wear out my keyboard before he dies. That is just way too much HP, man. And it seems like he has really, really high resistances as well. Like, I probably did like 5 combos on it, and it did maybe a couple 100,000. Whereas on these guys, it would probably be a couple million damage at least. So he's probably like over 100 times as tanky as a regular champion when you multiply the resistances by his HP. Jesus. Hold proc that does main hand damage. That's kind of interesting. But I would lose so much damage when you consider that I can actually get a new weapon with better mods, and that'll probably have like 400% damage. Okay, I think this one is level 50. Probably just go on the ultimate and run Steps of Torment to find a new one of those. Vitality and physical with a buff. It gives you some lifesteal and extra damage, not bad. And then Pierce, Cold, and Frostburn. Although it gives like Demolitionist and Necromancer and Inquisitor skills. Man, if that just gave some skills to Arcanist or Berserker, that would be so good for me. Not really sure if it's worth it like that though. The shrine was somewhere in here, I guess. Oh, Pilgrim's Rest. That's right here. let's do a bit more on the Sky Shard upgrade. And it's more physique. That's probably enough quests for now. On here anyways. We could probably check out some ultimate mode, I guess. Ultimate difficulty. Start getting some of the quests on there done, I guess. How bad are my resistances? We lost a little poison and chaos, but should be workable. So I don't think I really even care about the bounties. Close enough to max now anyways. all damage and a defensive proc. Bunch of retaliation, and then these are poison and piercing, physical and bleeding. Man, I found so many legendaries and I don't think any of them really work that well for my build. The couple that had actual cold damage on them just had so much less than green items. Didn't really have any decent skill bonuses. Chaos bleeding. Read a bunch of stuff. That is a pet item. Another pet. Poison and vitality. Soldier skills. Don't think we need any of that. And there should be a big chest somewhere around here, I think. Or maybe I already clicked on it. Physical and chaos. Those have berserker skills. And arcanist. Kind of a weird damage type for them. And there's so much loot. Rex Ether Ray. Cold and Frostburn. And WereRaven. Oh, it converts your damage to lightning. That would be terrible for me. Almost thought we found something cool for a second. But Lightning Raven would have to be a completely different build. Cold, Frostburn, Movements, Calidor's Tempest, Flash Freeze, and Glacial Talons. Only one of those is useful to me. Proc that gives 20% max move speed and 30% avoidance. That's actually pretty cool. That might be usable. Although losing the WereRaven skills really hurts. Since that boosts my main skill that we're constantly resetting. Oops. Prelude XP and legendaries. Physical and piercing to physical. Siegebreaker, 3 projectiles, a lot of main hand damage. Seems kind of cool. Vitality. What is this? A Doombolt, Reaping Strike, and Righteous Fervor. Oh, chance to reduce Doombolt on attack. That's pretty cool. Alright, it's a pretty quick little start into Ultimate, but I think that's going to be it for tonight. I need a bit of a break now. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Or will I?